In this episode, we tuned the shrouds under load on our first sail of the season. We made a critical mistake in our VHF antenna cable project.
So I'm kind of abandoning that right now because obviously I made a mistake.
And then had a blast during our second sail. Good afternoon. Our first sail of the season. Very light winds right now. The winds were coming from the west, southwest, south, and now over the course of the day, and it's the afternoon, and we are just getting choppy waters in our way. We're trying to do a close hold, but what we're doing at this point, the wind has died down a little bit, and we're just bobbing up and down.
Yeah, we just be shaken around by the waves that built up throughout the day. Anyways, this is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't.
I'm not sure if we should do the second part of the tuning of the shrouds. We don't really have the wind for it. Maybe give it a try and see how it goes.
It's going to be behind me.
When the wind incrementally increased, we decided to go ahead and tune the shrouds. With the leeward shrouds being loose, Paolo went to tighten them. The question was, how did it affect the weather side? What is it?
What? Well, tighten it.
Okay.
The problem with tightening it this way is that you don't know how much pressure is coming on. Once the over, I know how much it's going to affect the other side.
Yeah. Maybe you should try and tighten the other side. So out came the Catalina owner's manual as we sought more information on the process. With a good breeze, we continued to sail while Paolo tweaked the sail trim and the leeward shroud's tension. It was really important that we get this right, because an improper tuning can lead to mass failures. So we're heading back to port now after an hour and a half of sailing. Our primary goal was to come and tune the shrouds as part of the second round of tuning after launch, after the mast was put up. So Paolo, what do you think? Are you happy with the way things have unfolded? No? You're not happy? Why not?
I don't know what the shrouds are doing right now, to be honest. When I get back to port, I'll take a look at use the tension gauge again and see what kind of readings I'm getting. Because I was fiddling around with them, they were coming loose. I did a couple mistakes. I did not tighten the nuts on the turnbuckles. So the turnbuckles, I was noticing after a while that they were coming loose. I left the nuts loose so that I could be able to go over there and adjust the turnbuckles. But that was obviously a mistake. So we'll have to go back to port and reset everything again. And then next time, make sure I have all the nuts on the turnbuckles tight, so that the turnbuckles don't come loose. We have to do another day of testing. That's all.
Heading back to the marina, we were followed by a few boats. On this Canada Day weekend, it was a great time to be on the water. Back at the dock, Paolo continued to work on the Shrouds tension before calling it for the day. It's a lovely sunny day here at the marina, and we're back to do some more boat work. This time, we are going to work on the antenna cable.
So here we are, attacking the antenna cable. I run the antenna cable to the mast before we launch the boat, and I figured I was going to connect the antenna, run it through the other side of the mast support over here. So there's a sort of a gap over here on this side, similar to what would be over here on this side, and I figured this is an access to bring a cable, another power cable down through the compression post. Just picking away at it, and I'm having difficulty getting anywhere with it. This is like some sort of a silicone that's in here, and so I'm kind of abandoning that right now, because obviously I made a mistake. I should have dealt with it right away when I had the mast off. I should have pulled off the plate, the mast support plate, and made sure that the hole was there and already prepped it for that purpose. I didn't do that. I thought I was going to catch it over here. So now, at the same time, I also noticed that I was going to have a hard time trying to get the this connection for the lights on the mast and the antenna cable through this opening all at once. I decided, okay, my best bet is to make another hole over here. So I just made a hole, and I actually already started feeding the antenna cable through, back feeding it and feeding it outside. And that's what I'm going to do. That this is where I'm going to run my antenna cable through, out through this opening. It's not the best thing because it's got a bit of a sharp edge over there. And we're going to try and still run our radio. I'm just going to surface mount the antenna cable here, right along the cabin top companionway access. I mean, we won't be stepping on it. We can even pass it underneath this canopy that's protecting the companionway, and it won't be in the way. It won't be a trip hazard or anything like that. And just run it through the companionway, and we'll see how that works. At least we'll be able to run a radio still, I hope. Sort of rushing into putting it into the water, doing the bottom paint, and we wanted to clean it up, and then other things happened.
And we're not doing this full time, right? I mean, we just come here on the weekends to do the boat work, or when you take days off from work, and that doesn't happen on a regular basis.
Just right through here. Got the cable coming in through here now. Antenna cable. Obviously, this is just a temporary solution. Just hanging it off over here right now. Eventually, when you get a radio, we're placing it somewhere over here anyway, so I'm bringing it just to here. And then next year, when we take the boat out of the water, I'll run the cable properly through. Right now, the cable's going to sit here until I get a radio and hook it up.
Our second sail of the season was a blast. About 7 to 10 knots of wind, with gusts up to 15 knots coming from the southwest. Gusty. It's not a steady wind right now. Some white caps in the distance. Full mainsail and headsail, and Odyssey was slicing through the water. We're going to avoid the race course.
Starboard tack, and our port shrouds are really loose. I tightened them to about 14 on the scale. So roughly, I don't know, 500-600 pounds if I'm not mistaken. All pretty much equally. I just don't know if that's good or not. Last year when we were sailing, I noticed that the inside shrouds were very loose, but not the outside shrouds. When we were the leeward side shrouds. Only the inside shroud was really loose, and not so much on the outside shroud, the upper shroud. So I don't know. Come back and retune it later on, and try one more time if we don't get some sort of balance. We're told this is way too loose. It looks like it's way too loose right now. Maybe I have to call somebody that knows a bit more about this than I do.
No, a little bit of weather helm, that's for sure.
Going into the waves here, so we'll get a little splash every now and then. Prepare to tack. Helmsley. How's the headsail? Yeah. Need to put some more weight on this
on the Catalina Capri 26. Look at the map going up and down, and the top is like that. It's only what, a little bit. Thank you for watching, much appreciated. Join us for the next episode as the sailing season gets into full throttle here on Lake Ontario. Until the next time, fair winds to all.